Good morning, student. Today we are going to start for learning the remaining part of lesson number 18, sound production of sound. Previously we had learned the periodic motion, then simple oscillator or simple pendulum, oscillatory motion and oscillation. These new terms today we are going to start for learning. Now first of all, simple oscillator or simple pendulum. The object moves from one end to other end from its central position again and again in a fixed interval of time is called simple oscillator or simple pendulum. Oscillatory motion of oscillator. The back and the forth motion of an oscillator on either side of central position is called oscillatory motion. In previous class already we had learned about types of motion. Now oscillation of oscillator. When an oscillator moves from one end to other end, it returns to the starting point. It is said to be completed one oscillation. You must have seen the children playing a swing in the garden. Observe it carefully, then you understood the motion of the swing. Goes to swing at a rest in the garden and mark its position on the ground below it. You can call this mark the central position of the swing. Now pull the swing to one end and let it go. Observe how it swings. The swing will seem to cross the central position again and again as it moves from one end to another in its swing. A swing that back and forth like this is an oscillator. When the swing moves from one end to another end, it returns to starting point. It is said to have a complete one oscillation. You might have observed the diagram 18.1, oscillation of swing. Now the back and the forth motion of an oscillator on either side of central position is called oscillatory motion. Now take an empty porcelain bowl or empty steel glass, stretch a rubber band around it and fix it at the bowl or glass as shown in the figure. Now this is the figure 18.2. In this way you have to put a rubber band around a bowl, give a jerk to a rubber band, repeat again applying a smaller or greater force. Means you have to push the rubber band. While doing this, observe the farthest distance to which the rubber band is stretched and take the note of the sound which is generated. Afterwards, when the rubber band is stretched and released, it vibrates. Compare the vibration with the figure alongside. When the rubber is stretched from original position A comes to the position B, it is seen that it is curved. The maximum distance between the original position A and the position B on the stretching the rubber band is called the amplitude of vibration. What is meant by amplitude? Amplitude is nothing but the maximum distance covered by an object on any one side of its central position while undergoing vibration. It is called amplitude of vibration. Now, stretch a greater force is applied to the rubber. It is stretched further, meaning that amplitude increases on releasing it. A louder sound is generated. When a small force is applied, the rubber band is stretched less. When the amplitude is smaller, the sound is softer too. Take a strong thread about half an meter long, tie an iron or wooden ball to it and suspended it from a support as shown in this figure. An oscillator. Such an oscillator is called a pendulum in this way. Now, give an oscillatory motion to this pendulum. The maximum distance between the original position of A and the extreme position B or C is called amplitude of oscillation. In this figure, you will get to see AB or AC is the amplitude of the oscillation. Now, pendulum is nothing but an oscillator which is made up of small iron or wooden ball tied to an half an meter long strong thread, and other end of this thread is tied to a fixed support such that the ball is freely suspended in the air. Such oscillator is called pendulum. As you know that elasticity, yes, a stretched rubber band comes back to its original state on releasing. This property is called elasticity. When a stretched rubber band vibrates, elasticity works on the stretched rubber band, while the pendulum oscillates, Earth's gravitation works on it. Now, time period of oscillation. The time taken by an oscillator to complete one oscillation is called the time period of oscillator. Time period of oscillation is denoted by T. It is denoted by T. Now, unit of time period. Time period is measured in second. Time period is measured in second. Now, remaining part we will learn in the next chapter, next period.